Bostonian is Matt Perrault.
This is our city.
The book is Dave Sharapan.
Pay him. Pay that man his money.
Together, they are the Bostonian versus the book.
You covered! You covered 12! I covered!
Follow the show on Twitter at Boston versus the book.
How do you like them apples?
Bringing you the best insight on sports betting news, Matt and Dave's daily picks, and an entertaining and unfiltered dive into the sports betting industry. Here's Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault.
And here we go.
Off and running. That's the theme of the week. It's Derby week, boys and girls. How are you? Welcome in to another episode of the Bostonian versus the book. Dave Sharapan and Matt Perrault. We've got Randy Moss, not that Randy Moss.
Whoa.
NBC Sports Randy Moss. Horse racing Randy Moss coming on the program. He had so much fun with us at the Super Bowl that he's like, guys, I'm cutting out time. I'm going to make time during Derby week. We're talking about the horses. In like an hour, we'll get to Randy Moss from NBC Sports here on the program. We are live on our YouTube channel at Boston versus the book. Same on X and Twitter. We are replayed on Sirius XM channel 159 TV. You guys are watching us on Sports Grid. Thank you for hanging out. Little more. Well, we have an announcement today. We have a big announcement today that we'll make here at the top. But first and foremost, how are you, sir? Happy Tuesday.
Can hardly wait for the announcement. I'm really, really excited. The favorite thing about today is at the beginning of the show. Right. I don't even know how to. I've been running around, trying to explain to the people. Well, no one's in this house, but I've been doing it via text and via calls. And I said, you got to watch the show today. Why? But just watch the show. We need to tell. Are you going to have more horse guys on? Yes. We're going to have one of the horse guys on. Yes. But we got other things we got to talk about, and we got other things we have to announce. So I'm like a little kid waiting for the first day of school. Like, here we go. Let's go. What do we do? And I got all dressed up for the occasion.
You did. Yes. And it's relevant. So just a little bit of an accounting thing. No show tomorrow. Dave is headed to Oakland. He's going to the Pittsburgh Pirates Oakland A's game. Why? I have no idea. He's voluntarily going to that baseball game. He wants to go to that game.
What kind of caca is that right at the top? I'm going to watch a baseball game. Between a friend of ours, a friend of yours is a friend of ours, is a friend of ours, is a friend of yours. And it's the last time the Pittsburgh Pirates are ever going to have a road trip in Oakland.
True.
So I'm going to be at that game. I couldn't get down to the last game in Phoenix for the Coyotes. So I'm going
I agree, JPC. WTF is good. Him and 7 others. Correct. That's how many people are going to be there. So
I think we should do a prop bet for the attendance for a day game.
Announced or
a getaway game.
Announced or actual? Announced or actual? Because they're two very different things.
I don't know, but I will be glad to do a Twitter Spaces with you when they announce the attendance there tomorrow, if you'd like. But whatever it is, I think we should bet under.
Yes, I would say yes. 100% on an under situation. So no show tomorrow because Dave's in Oakland with some friends of ours going to the Oakland A's and Pittsburgh Pirates game at the Oakland Coliseum tomorrow. So he'll be back for Thursday. It's just a day trip for him going up and down real quick to Oakland. It's quick little.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever gone day trip to go to a game and come back to Vegas? Have you done that yet?
Not Vegas. I've done it in Boston.
Right.
I've done it with the Red Sox and the Yankees, where I've flown the shuttle down to New York, gone to the game, and flown back.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I'd like to ask the chat that if you've ever done that for quick flight, same day trip. I've done it for the Rose Bowl here in Vegas.
Oh.
I've actually driven to LA for Dodger games and driven back the same night.
That's tough.
It's a long trip. I've done that for Kings games.
I did that for the World Series. I drove to Denver from Omaha, went to the World Series, and then drove back. That was 6 hours.
Oh.
It was for the World Series, though. So it was worth it.
Had to be done.
Oh, yeah.
For the World Series, it has to be done.
And so I was with Jimmy Moats, who was a pretty famous Creighton basketball player who I was friends with. And Jimmy was a Rockies fan, and I was a Red Sox fan. And I said, hey, I got 2 tickets to the World Series. You want to go? He's like, hell yeah, let's go. And then so on the way back, we had to stop in like the middle of nowhere, Nebraska, and sleep because it was brutal. It was like 4 a.m. and I had been driving and running around and partying and having a ton of fun with the Red Sox team. I was on the field and everything else. So like I had to stop for a couple of hours.
Sleep in the car?
No, we slept in a hotel for like 6 hours and then drove back and I did my afternoon drive show in Omaha. So I had to be back by 2:00.
That show had to be terrible.
Oh, it was phenomenal. What do you mean? It was a 4-hour Red Sox love fest. It was incredible. Red Sox won the World Series. It was 2007. It was only their second one. It wasn't like, 2018 was a fourth. So it was still pretty fresh.
You had to be at the peak of your annoyance.
100%. Yes. And I had stories. I mean, I was partying with David Ortiz. I was partying with Mike Lowell. I was with Michael Chiklis. I mean, I was with the whole Fox crew.
Hold on. Let me pick up all these names.
Yeah.
Hold
on. I was with everybody. I was at the peak of being obnoxious and going, yes, I was the greatest sports memory of my life. It's still to this day. It's the greatest sports experience I've ever had.
That's fantastic.
Won the World Series in Denver, and I'm always on the field with the entire team.
Are there pictures?
I got it. What?
Are there pictures?
Yeah. Oh yeah, multiple pictures. Oh yeah. It's the one thing. It's the one thing. Whenever Michael Chiklis posts he always posts these pictures of him and Terry Francona on Facebook, and I always write, "I took that picture." Michael's like, "You did."
With a camera or phone? It was cameras, right? I don't think was there phones with cameras.
There was. It was. I believe it was a camera though. I can't remember. I think it was actually a phone though. I think it was a phone. But it was like, I think it might have been a flip phone or so. It was 2007. So it wasn't that long ago, but it was long ago. So
boys, you guys know.
That's okay. That's a great question. Okay, Covey, let's think. Do I have a crazy story for all four? I do for 04 for sure. I do for 07 for sure. 13, my kid got conceived. And 18, I don't think I have a crazy story for 2018. The first three definitely have meaning, have a lot of things going on. I don't know if 18, because 18 was kind of just like it was so unexpected.
I could tell you this: 04 was the comeback against the Yankees.
Yep.
Win 4 games, right?
Correct. Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was working at the Golden Nugget in the book. One person bet the Red Sox to come back in that series. We needed the Red Sox. That was so much fun.
I can imagine.
07, I was still at the Nugget. And it was kind of a World Series.
Yes, because Denver got there by the run. They weren't supposed to be there, right?
And right, it was kind of not matter of fact, but it wasn't nearly the bump.
It was a mismatch. A complete. I mean, the Rockies got red hot for the entire month of September, ran through the National League, got to the World Series, and then ran into a real baseball team and got smacked.
Right. And then 13, I was out at the M and the games. Who did they play in that World
Cardinals,
Series?
right?
Yeah. See, now just me saying that, it doesn't resonate. It wasn't as big of a deal. They had done it twice already.
Right.
So it was like, and I think we needed the Cardinals in that World Series ultimately. But 18, we were in the room. We booked that thing perfectly. We needed the Red Sox. We had people betting against them. That was a fun one. I remember that one. So
yeah, because the 18 when they beat the Dodgers, it was sort of just like a ho hum World Series, just like
Oh, the handle was through the roof here. I could tell you that.
Oh,
the handle
the Dodgers.
Was
Dodgers.
Okay.
And the Red Sox were bad.
The
Red Sox were bad. I mean, that was a year they weren't expected to be that good, and then they got really, really good pitching all year. They hit timely, got hot in the postseason, and then Shane Victorino was on fire in the World Series. They couldn't get him out. He was incredible.
That was one of those ones that I didn't make my bones per se because I'd already done all that, but I was in the room and I'm like, the Red Sox are going to win this World Series, boys. What are you talking about?
Won it in 5 games. It was easy.
They're like, what are you talking? So we booked the games a little bit with an opinion and it worked.
Oh.
I didn't get a bonus. I had to find those people. I didn't get a bonus, but we helped them win a lot of money. I'm going to be in Oakland tomorrow. I got to bring multiple hats because I've been told, you guys are saying I should spend $120 to sit behind home plate. I don't know. I was told I'm going to be practically in the dugout.
Yeah, tomorrow. You're not going to pay a dime.
No, I know that, but we got a guy. But
yeah,
I'm going to have a BVB hat on, should I wear the black Pirates uni or the gold Pirates uni?
It depends upon. I mean, I would wear the black because that stands out more in Oakland because the gold is one of Oakland's colors.
Correct. That
So
was the debate.
So I would say wear the black.
Classic jerseys.
Yeah.
But I think I got to wear the black, but I got to wear that bright yellow hat. Efforting to try to get on the broadcast back in Pittsburgh right now. So, there's a drop in. People are like, they had the same reaction that you did. They're like, you're flying up for the day to see the Pirates play the A's. And the one guy's like, bro, you really love baseball. Like, that's absurd. Like, listen.
It is the company you're going to go see. I mean, there's a whole reason why.
Yeah.
It's a multi-purpose trip. But yes, to sit there and watch a 2.5-hour baseball game between the Pirates and the A's, sure. It's a little bit of a glutton for punishment.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
It's been a long couple of weeks with the recovery here. Jess is doing great, by the way.
Good.
Thank you guys for asking. She's good. But yeah, I mean, a quick day trip's not going to hurt anybody. And I get to go sit in the sun, and it's supposed to be 75 degrees and perfect weather. So do you like to go to batting practice? I've requested that I get in there.
I only go to BP if at a ballpark I haven't been to before.
What kind of rule is that?
Because then it's fun to walk around and just watch. I love walking around the whole park.
Oh.
Like, I love being, like, if I go to, I don't know, like, if you go to Kauffman Stadium for the first time, you go sit out by the fountains. If you go to Yankee Stadium, you go out to Monument Park. If you go to Busch Stadium, you go out there in the outfield. Like, I just like being around BP. It's like the time I walk around and, like, just be there to watch because no one's there. It's empty. So it's easy to walk around.
It's very easy to walk around. Yeah. But
if I'm like Fenway Park, I don't go to BP at Fenway. No. Like, no.
No.
I didn't go to BP at Wrigley.
Oh, see, I love BP.
No, it's too early. You don't got to be there an hour and a half before the game starts. Yikes. Way too early. Way too early.
I like BP.
Does Justin know you're going to BP?
No.
Okay.
No.
Justin's gonna look at you and go, "We're not going to BP, dude. That ain't happening." I'll bet the minus 250 that you're not going to be at BP tomorrow. You're not going to BP
But
tomorrow.
the day game after night game, there might not even be BP.
Correct. Yes, but Justin's not. No, there is no way. I'm gonna tell you right now. He's a Boston guy. It ain't happening. He's one of my people.
I was trying to get on the field.
Yeah.
For BP.
That might happen after the fact. After the game's over, you might get on the field. That could happen. I mean, nobody would care because it's like going to like a AAA game here. It's like going to the Aviators game. So it's like I got on the field in Oakland. Great.
This is our future team. Quit besmirching the A's.
This is Oakland. Great. That's so funny. All right. Big announcement, boys and girls. Dave's wearing the Chicago stuff. We've been teasing this for a while. We are coming to Chicago. It is going to happen in the month of May. Now you might go, well, Matt, where are you guys going? All right. We've been working really hard. We are fired up to announce that we will be live at the Over Under Bar in Chicago, thanks to Circus Sports. We're going to be there with all sorts of crap going on. One, it's a pregame show for the Cubs. They play the Pirates that night, Thursday night, 6:40 Central Time, first pitch. 3 to 5 Central Time. That's a 1 to 3 time West Coast time, 4 to 6 East Coast time. Okay. Over under bar is the very bar we talked to Chris Altruda about.
Yes.
About what they're doing. And now we get to go see it for ourselves. And we get to go and do it live on Thursday, May 16th from Chicago. We are so excited to be a part to do this. Bet Caddy's going to be there as well. We'll tell you more about Bet Caddy later on as we get further into the weeks heading into this. But Circus Sports here in Vegas, you guys know them all very well. We are so psyched to do our first ever Circus Sports event outside the confines of Las Vegas. This is going to be very fun. Make your arrangements, your appointments now, please, for us to come see us here in Chicago at the Over Under Bar Thursday, May 16th. We did it. We're doing the show non-Super Bowl on the road. That was my goal for 2024. We hit the goal in May.
Yep. I can't wait. I already told Bromwell Camp, bring your mitt. We might go play catch. I haven't decided yet. We're going to hang out after the show, watch the games. Over Under Bar looks like a great place to do that. Altruda did already tweet it. He's already said, I'll see you there. So, whoever's coming, it's going to be a blast. And then we're working on, there's day games at Wrigley Friday and Saturday. So we're working on some other things there. We'll let you know as we get closer or things develop.
Yeah. Thursdays for sure.
Thursdays.
We're talking about Friday. There may be a second show in the region. Now, it may not be in Chicago, but there may be a second show in the region, Midwest, as we go. So just FYI on that, there's not really going to be, but Thursday for sure, we will be in the Windy City, which, by the way, did you know the Windy City is not actually called the Windy City because of the wind?
Hold on. I need the listening glasses for this because this sounds like some bull caca.
This is real. This is 100% real.
Really?
The Windy City was nicknamed the Windy City because of all the bloviating the politicians did in Chicago. Seriously.
That was tremendous use of the word bloviating.
That's true.
I'm going to incorporate that into the daily vernacular of this show.
Yes.
Bloviating.
Yes.
Nonsense.
That's true. I was dying laughing. The only thing I took away from the architecture tour in Chicago that Amanda and I went on was that the Windy City is not actually called the Windy City because of the wind. It was nicknamed that because of all the lying and BS talk that the politicians in Chicago were known for doing.
I like it even more now. I thought it was because of the wind. The wind won't stop blowing here. My allergies are killing me because of the wind here. It won't stop. I keep sneezing. My eyes are watering all the time.
Yes.
I thought I was going to be prepared to go there and deal with the wind. Now I'm not. I'm not worried about it. Look, Ross Randall, thank you, sir. This is one of our word experts in the chat. Thank you very much. Bloviate. To bloviate is to talk, but not just to chat. To bloviate means to go on and on and on and on, usually in a pompous way. This is Chicago. Talking about Boston sports.
Pretty much.
Bloviate about Boston sports all the time.
Yes. But I was on the architecture tour and she's like, I bet you guys think that the Windy City was called the Windy City because all the wind that blows here. Actually, that is not true. It was nicknamed that because of the Chicago, the state fair that was there, and then what they used to do with all of the commerce that came through and all the building and stuff that they did in the city. Chicago at one point was the fastest growing city in the world. I didn't know that either. But there was a lot of shady stuff going on with the politicians in Chicago. Shocking. In Chicago, that wound up having it be a bloviated city. Politicians like to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. A lot of hot air. So
that is a good Ross Randall, that is a good Scrabble word right there. Kids don't know Scrabble's a good game. Learn how to play it. Yes. See, the show can be educational. It's more than just sports picks. Matt bloviates about Boston sports.
That's true.
We show up here. You learn a new word. I mean, go back. The meat curtains was one, and now we bloviate. I mean, this could be anything. Bolt-ons have appeared on the show. I'm just thinking about Tyler's. Tyler put it in the email to us.
We'll read that today. Yeah, we'll put that on.
Yeah,
we'll read that today because that's a good email for favorite thing about today to get in there and read that. But yeah, hey, we're very educational. Yes, we are a very educational show.
Trying to be.
Word of the day is C.
A lot of things. But...
Chicago. So Over Under Bar is the bar that we had Chris Altruda, if you guys remember. We were so enamored with the bar that we were like, his article about it, we were like, Chris, come on the show. Tell us about this bar. This is wild how they're doing this because they have ambassadors and they're going to do all these really cool things. They have all these screens everywhere. And so we met our friends, Tony Ryan from BetCaddy.
Yep.
And Tony came up with this idea and said, hey, we'll tell you more about BetCaddy as we get closer, but it's a really cool application that you can watch games inside the app and bet on them. It's neat. So we came up with this idea. It took fire. We approached Circa and said, hey, we want to do this show at this bar. And they said, absolutely. We want to be involved in this. And on May 16th, that's right around the schedule release, right? For the NFL?
Yep. It's supposed to be that week.
So we may know the
Tuesday of that week, like we do the show Tuesday, and then boom, head to Chicago, and we'll be talking about
Chicago
release, football.
I mean, when do we see Chicago unveil their new rookies? Like, there'll be a lot of Bears talk during that day. There'll be a lot of Cub talk during that day.
Yep.
Pirates are playing the Cubs. Sorry, your team probably won't be relevant then, but we'll talk about the Cubs going into it.
I mean, what is this?
GPR with
here. I'm right here.
Okay, guys. Circa operates in multiple states. Why is that hard? Why is that hard to understand?
They have a book in Chicago.
They have a book in Chicago. What are you talking about? Why is it hard to understand? That's gonna be hard to understand. They operate in Illinois. They operate in Iowa. They operate in Nevada. Like, they operate in multiple states. Colorado. They operate in Kentucky. Right. Multiple states. Circa is not just a Vegas book. It's based in Vegas, but it's got multiple states. So they are a book in Chicago. So we are taking the Vegas experience to Chicago to help the people there understand what it's like to bet with Circa Sports. So it's going to be very, very fun to do this. We're looking forward to it. If you live in Illinois and you're going to come to the show and you don't have a Circa app, you can be hooked up with a Circa application while you're there. So it's going to be good and fun and really a nice experience. We're going to stick around most likely and watch the game with you guys. So it'll be.
I 100% am. I don't worry
2-hour show
on some architecture tour, looking at buildings or other bloviating.
No, I'll stay there. Yeah, I will be too. I'm thinking we may go to the game. If somebody drops tickets into our pocket, we may wind up going to the game. But
night game at Wrigley.
I went to a day game at Wrigley. I mean, Wrigley is really easy. That's the thing I kept on coming away with it, going like, it's really easy. Like the city of Chicago is really easy. I had a ball. Like Amanda and I were going back consistently. No, like not this trip, but consistently, because it's so easy. It's such a fun place to go. Easy to get around. Great food. People are nice. Like, I know Chicago, it's a bad rap. Okay. I know it's a big city. I know there's violent parts of the city. People get all nervous about it, but I'm a big fan. Like, I really like Chicago a lot. So when we had a chance to go there to be a part of it, yeah, we're going to go. And hopefully it's the beginning of what will be a bunch of different times of going there, because Ed, who runs Over Under Bar, has got a lot of really big plans. We talked about it during the interview with Chris Altruda that he's thinking about going ahead and finding ways to expand what he's doing with the one location. He wants to have multiple locations with Over Under. So for those people who are going to come in, you're going to experience the bar. You can go back to where you're from, and maybe you can wind up have an Over Under Bar in your neck of the woods someday, going and doing that. So it's going to be fun. Yeah, we do need a Friday show. You're right, Kevin. We are very much trying to do that. I'm trying to figure out what we're going to do there with Friday.
Trying to figure out our mobility, our ability to do the day game after night game, because we're going to do a little bit later show, on Thursday than we normally do. Not a big deal. It's going to be fun.
No, we'll take care of it.
But yeah, we got and then we got some possibilities about. It's a 1:00 start for the Cubs Pirates on Friday. Just trying to figure out the logistics and a lot of things. But yes, we understand that the Friday show works for a lot of you, and it would be a roll call Friday show, which we're efforting.
Midwest version, right? Yeah. So I know people.
Thursday.
So if you're watching this show and you have any interest in bringing BVB to your establishment on that Friday, well, ask the BVB at gmail.com. We're having conversations with 2 locations right now that are interested, but if you're really motivated, you can find a way to convince us to go to your place instead. So we'd love to have a show on Friday. We're doing it Thursday. We'd love to stay for the weekend and do a variety of things on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, do it all. So let us know. We'll tell you guys. We should know something within the next 48 hours, I would guess, as to whether we're going to have a show on Friday, but we have a couple of people who are kicking the tires on hosting the show on Friday, which may or may not be in Chicago. Just FYI, there may be another city we might be headed to. So it could be a
Omaha.
Oh, really?
Not this time.
That'd be fun. Let's go to Omaha.
College World Series, though.
That would be fun. I'd love to go back to Omaha. I got the bar.
You already know a guy?
Oh yeah. My one of my really good friends owns 2 bars in Omaha. We'd be there in 2 seconds. It'd be a ball. Go to the Book, go to the Ameristar, go on, not Detroit, JPC, but maybe someday. It'd be fun. I'm not going to Peoria. Sorry. You're not going to find me in Peoria.
What's wrong with Peoria?
Not a very big fan of Peoria, Illinois. I've been there. So I'm not a huge fan. It's not bad. Just not a huge fan of it. Guys, super chats are available if you want us to get to stuff in bonus time. Addison, we'll get to your conversation coming up in bonus time. I know you've been pumping those super chats to get us to talk about your anger towards the horse racing industry, and it's justifiable, but we'll get into that later. It's not really a Sports Grid show topic for us. We'll get to it later. All right, what happened last night? Lakers got bounced by the Nuggets in 5 games. Second game winning shot by Jamal Murray in the series. He had to convince the team that he wanted to play. They wanted to sit him down last night. He said, I'm playing. Not only did he play, hit the game-winning shot by running left and shooting right. Like, look like a horse shot that he hit last night to knock out the Lakers. So now the question is, will LeBron and Darvin Ham be back? Because that's going to be a very interesting conversation in LA. Ham's fired, is he not?
Here you go again, bloviating about firing people and all this other stuff. I'm just a numbers guy. Again, out of work odds maker, just hanging out with you every day, doing the shows. I refuse. I'm not going to answer that question.
I will be stunned if this dude is back next year.
I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay.
I
think he's done.
I'm going to not answer that question.
I don't believe. The question is LeBron. So LeBron's son is going to go into the draft. And LeBron said after the game that, it's up to his son as to what he wants to do with his career.
Yep.
LeBron probably will opt out and be a free agent and have a chance to go potentially where Bronny gets drafted, if he does get drafted, because some are saying he's not going to get drafted. So don't worry about that, LeBron. Your kid's not getting drafted.
Right.
So I don't know. This is as big of a crossroads in a career that I can remember, because Michael never got to this point. Like, Michael went to the Wizards and things were just not good, and he should never have gone to Washington. LeBron's played for multiple teams. He's 39 years old. He can clearly still play, but where? Because the Lakers aren't going to win anything anytime soon.
Oh, boy. There goes the LA sponsorship.
Am I wrong?
Put it in the chat right now. Give these guys and girls something to vote on quickly. Is LeBron a Laker next year? Yes or no? I'm interested to see what the people say about that, because some say this is all posturing, negotiating, leverage, all that other stuff. He's coming back. He's not retiring. LeBron can still play. No question about it. He needs help. Like everything else in life. Doing it by yourself, you can do it for so long. Unless it's a single individual sport or you just don't like people. At some point in your life, things are better when you have help. I know what you're thinking.
No. I just saw something that is just.
Oh, I thought you went when I said you can do it by yourself.
Oh, you can, but I just saw something. Ever since you told me what you told me before about the Daily Juice, I have a really hard time now when I see picks that are identical to the pick I made last night. It's on a video.
Highly coincidental.
It's just, it's like when you buy a new car and you start to see that car everywhere. Yeah. You just start to notice that car. Like, the car has always been there, but somebody points it out, or you buy a car, so now you're noticing it. Yeah. Now I'm noticing it. Like, happened yesterday. I just opened up YouTube and I saw it again. Someone's play is the same play as a play of mine.
This poll yet?
I will. Hold on, relax.
Okay, well, no, because everyone's going in the chat saying where LeBron is going.
Oh,
someone's got him going to Philly. Someone's got him going to Cleveland.
He should go to Cleveland.
Got him going to Phoenix.
He should go to Cleveland next year.
Cleveland.
Him and Bronny should both go back to Cleveland. Yeah, it'd be awesome. End it that way. Go where you started.
Back where it all started.
And where Bronny was born and everything else. Yes, I think that's what he should do.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not telling LeBron he's 39 years old. He can do what he wants. But I think going to Cleveland would be a nice wrap of the career for him to do that. I like that for him.
Is it one or the other in LA? No. That's the other thing. Like,
oh, you mean
LeBron stays, Ham's not. If Ham stays, LeBron's not. Did you get that feeling? Because that was a little bit of a sentiment last night.
No, I think LeBron just is really angry. I think he's just frustrated about everything. I'm not sure. I mean, LeBron's been a coach killer in his career, but I'm not sure if he's a coach killer now. I'm not sure he cares. I mean, LeBron is the coach in a lot of ways. Like, what he says goes. Like, no one's telling LeBron James what to do. So I think they can both coexist. It's just whether or not LeBron wants to be in LA or whether or not LeBron wants to go try to chase one more ring, because it's not going to be in LA. You're not winning a championship in the lake with the Lakers.
He's going to Boston.
You know, people have said that for years because that would be the ultimate heel turn. Like, he's been a Laker, so go be a Celtic. I don't want him. I don't want him. No thanks. I don't want him.
He's healthier than Porzingis.
He is, but it's such a difficult thing to incorporate him. He's such a ball hog. He wants the ball all the time. It would limit Jason Tatum's effectiveness so dramatically if LeBron was on that roster.
He'd be the best sixth man in the league.
Without a doubt. No debate. But
say, LeBron, come here to Boston. We'll close it out. We'll draft a kid.
Joe Mazzulla, who is 33 and you're 39, and you're going to be told to come off the bench. Good luck, LeBron, with that.
I
would love it.
I just wanted you to bloviate about Boston sports. That's all. That's why I said that. He ain't going to Boston. There's
Boston
no chance
hates him. They hate him. Boston hates him.
He ain't going.
It would be the ultimate heel turn. It would be the ultimate heel turn.
Wow. Chef Benny's going to meet him at the airport. He better not come to Boston. Chef B, slow down. Relax.
They hate him. I mean, Boston hates LeBron. It's just an ingrained thing to him.
Geez. Vic Ferrari just came in and Chad said KD's going to the Cavs also. Can you imagine a KD and LeBron link up in Cleveland?
Okay. With Donovan Mitchell? Pretty good team.
I would think so. Where's he going?
Pretty good team. Yeah, it's a good team if that were to happen. Speaking of Boston, they win. They cover against Miami. They're now up 3-1. Derek White was out, bleeping standing. I'll say it again. He's the best overall player in the Boston on the roster for Boston this year. It's been incredible. 38 points, career high, 8 threes, blocks, defense, guards the other best scorer on the other team. Derek White is such an incredible part, an important part of this team. But you mentioned it. KP got hurt. His calf injury kept him out of the game for the entire second half.
Oh,
how serious is that going to be? I don't know. I know they can beat Miami without him. They should wrap the series in 5 or 6.
20-second timeout. I want to welcome April Leslie into the show. She said, this is the first time I've got to watch the show live in a while. I love it better live so I can chat with the rest of the brigade. Thank you for being here, April. And we appreciate you, and the chat appreciates you. And that's what goes on during the live show. Did you see Porzingis lock up? Have you ever got like that calf spasm, that leg, like whatever that was? Yeah. Looked horrible. They don't need him to win the next game. They're going to beat.
Yeah, maybe the Heat win in 5, and then they'll sit, and then they'll play Indiana, and they'll probably need him, but maybe not. They need him for the Eastern Conference Finals against the Knicks, and they'll need him for.
Oh, it's done. The Knicks. That's it. It's over.
I mean, come on.
Hold on. I got my Knicks hat. I put that on right now. It was over.
Philly's dead today. Goodbye.
Rude.
And then the Knicks are gonna face Cleveland. It's 2-2. I'm not sure who they face. Orlando or Cleveland, doesn't really matter. Knicks beat whoever they face.
Done deal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah. New York's going to be in these.
You're just advancing the ball all the way to. You're skipping like this is 3 weeks of content. You just.
It's not skipping. I mean, look, I would love to laugh at Knick fan if they lose to the either or. It would be awesome. I'd laugh my ass off. It'd be tremendous. But I mean, Dave, I love you, dude. But come on, man. Indiana's not beating Boston. You've seen the games. Like, it ain't happening. Oh, Knicks play Indiana? I thought.
No, the Knicks play Indiana next.
I got confused. I apologize.
Boston plays Cleveland.
Oh, so we advanced past. Okay, that's even easier. Good. Okay, so then Boston. So then Boston plays the Knicks. Okay, good. I'm right. Still, Boston plays the Knicks. Knicks play the Pacers. Pacers can win that series. Okay. Yeah.
Have you ever been to Cleveland?
The city, yes. The Cavs game, no.
Would you like to go if that matchup is the matchup? I had a to me today. It said, "Could you bring that Boston guy to Cleveland if the Cavs play Boston?" I was like, "I don't know, man. Game? He's kind of a snotty guy. I don't know."
Are we going to the game?
Yeah,
we're going to the game. Then yeah, I'd go. Yeah, otherwise I'm just not going to Cleveland to go to Cleveland. Can't do that.
What? Cleveland's nice in the summer.
Okay.
Come
Ohio.
on.
Is there anywhere that's actually nice in Ohio?
My
the
goodness,
entire,
we got things happening in Ohio.
in the
Would you
entire,
stop right
in the
now?
entire
Zip
state.
it.
Think about it. The entire state. Like, what's nice? Like, use the word nice. Like, what's nice? Like,
Brother Doug lives in Columbus, and we got a
That's-
lot of people to watch a
that's
show in
not-
Ohio.
that doesn't answer the question. Just because your brother lives there doesn't answer the question.
It's nice. Columbus is really nice.
It is. It is. Okay. I haven't been to Columbus, so I've only been
Very nice.
I've been to Cleveland. I've been to Cincinnati. I've been to Dayton. I've been to, I think that's it for places in Cleveland. I mean, in Ohio that I've been to.
Actually, it's like God's country. It's nice.
No, I would disagree with that. I've been there a lot.
It's very flat, but
Yes.
it's green. There's a lot of trees. The Memorial Golf Tournament is wonderful. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, I'm not a
JR,
big fan of the
Are
Buckeyes.
you? Do you fall down and hit your head really hard?
Cincinnati's ballpark. I was there last year. It was wonderful.
You hit your head really hard.
It was great.
I'm sure it's better than Fenway Park.
Fenway was cool, but
Come
I
on.
liked Cincinnati. I want to go
Come on.
back. I'm just telling you, we got some dive.
All I would do, football guy, if I went on that river cruise, is just play the REM song by the same name over and over again. That's all I would do. So,
Oh, you really are a asshole today. This is unbelievable.
Columbus is very nice. Okay, I mean, I don't know, maybe, but it's
Beaver Creek. I don't know where that is.
I would go to an Ohio State football game. I mean, much more.
Overrated.
See now. Oh, there.
I've been there.
Okay, so
I've been there. I could say it.
Oh, so
I've been there.
I told you what's nice about Ohio. It would be Ohio State. You go, nah, it's overrated. Okay, well then, what else?
I mean, the horseshoe was
Browns.
It
Was
was
there a
it
Browns
was all right,
game?
but everybody. I wore the Penn State stuff. Everybody.
How about a
wanted to fight.
Bengals
I'm like,
game? You want to go to a Bengals game?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not really.
Oh, wow. OSU over Happy Valley by 1 million. I haven't been to either. I can't tell you.
Nathan,
Okay.
stop. Please. We're going to get into this now. College football talk on April 30th. It's not even close. Happy Valley, Ohio State. Happy Valley's minus 350 opening number.
Wow.
Lay it and play it.
How
And I'm
about
going to
that?
move it. You can have plus 250 on that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. Please.
Okay. Wow. How about that? OKC swept out the Pelicans. How live are the Thunder in your mind to make it to the NBA Finals?
Did you see any of SGA's post game?
No. Just
So mature. So mature. He said, it's really hard to win 4 games in a row in this league against anybody. We
It
figured
was the
it out.
Pelicans without Zion, but okay. True,
We
but
figured it out
yeah.
to play a lot of really good basketball and did it. And like the 2 teammates that were next to him were just sitting there like, he's saying all the right things. I mean, what? They got home court. They got belief now. They got everything that you could possibly ask except experience. If they got to play Dallas.
That's not a
go.
hot take, Nikki, by the way. The winner of Denver, Minnesota wins it all. I don't think that's a hot take at all.
So we're dismissing this side of the bracket.
I'm not
OKC.
dismissing it, but I think OKC is going to, I think they're live. Okay. I don't think that they're going to be a speed bump. They're going to fight and it's going to be a hard 6-7 game series, whomever they play. But I mean, the Thunder, I think they're just a little bit early in the process, maybe a year or 2 early, but they're going to be a factor for a long time. They're really young. They're really talented.
Just keep the team together. They had a really good team back in the
They
day.
did.
In OKC. Everybody left. And
Want to get
what
paid.
could have been when you think about it now.
Right.
Harden,
Russell Westbrook, and KD.
right. It was really good. And I think, I mean, obviously, I don't know if it's to that level right now.
No, but I mean, Chet's a hell of a player. He's developing more and more, staying healthy. SGA is MVP caliber good. Their bench is really strong.
How do you feel about the what a pro wants and what a pro needs?
It's the
commercial?
single worst
I love it.
thing I've ever heard in my life.
I don't even know what the commercial's for. I love it.
AT&T.
Yeah. You
It's.
think they play it enough?
Do you think they play that and the what is that song? The awful rap song that Wingstop is doing over and over again.
I like the Wingstop commercial or the Buffalo Wild Wings with the Buffalo Bucks.
Yeah, that's funny. No, but the rap funny. Song where it's they always play it back to back with "What a Pro Wants," and then they play that rap song for the chicken.
Oh yeah,
sandwich.
What a Pro wants, what a pro needs. Yeah,
it's just has to stop. It just has to, and they keep. I think they're playing it more and more just because people hate it. Well, they know people hate it, so they're constantly playing it because it gets people's brains. They know what the commercial is. They know what the product is. I mean, Chet Holmgren is the awkwardest, weirdest dude on the planet singing.
I stood next to him when he played here, and me and Kylie went to the game.
Right.
And I just couldn't believe that we were both the same. Like we were both human beings. I just kept looking up like, how is he this tall? And he was really athletic when we saw him.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he can sing. I like the commercial. I do.
It's really, really
but bad. I don't really watch the sports with sound too much.
Right.
So I don't hear it.
Is Vegas in trouble? Dallas wins game 4.
In general or the hockey team?
Hockey team. Golden Knights. Road team. 4-0 now in this series. Vegas didn't look good last night. But Dallas didn't look good in game 2 either. So winner of game 5 wins the series.
I had Dallas yesterday. I like the way they look.
Yeah, I like Dallas plus 2 games.
That was good.
Yeah, I pushed on the under, but
is Vegas in trouble? Logan Thompson had the game of his life, kept them in it, and they lost. They come back yesterday and had a lead again and gone bye-bye. Yeah, Dallas is back in the driver's seat. Obviously, we're not, discovering
Dallas wins game 5, do they not?
What's that?
Dallas wins game 5.
The way it's set up now, I would think Dallas wins 5, Vegas wins 6,
and we're going to 7.
And we're going to play 7, and we're going to see because I don't know.
Would you play Aiden Hill?
I don't think it's Logan Thompson's fault at all.
Yeah.
It is nervous time in Vegas. 1-star Gorov. You're right.
I mean, they had it. Dallas in 6 disagree with that. Dallas won't win it here. Vegas won't lose.
Oh, they can win it here.
And I don't think they will.
Why? They played
I think Vegas
2 perfect road games.
Yeah, I think Vegas plays with more intensity, and Vegas hasn't felt the pressure. They feel the pressure now. Last 2 games, I felt like Vegas was pretty relaxed. They got to get after it. They got to match the intensity. They have matched the intensity in the last 2 games.
Stars made a couple adjustments. Put that wide kid in the first line. He scored a goal. I don't know. I was very interested in the Dallas prices yesterday to win the series, to win the cup, to win all this other stuff. After game 3, I said, yep, it's time. Go grab some Dallas stuff just in case. And now I feel pretty good about it.
Let's see. Game 5 is going to be big. Florida bounced Tampa 6-1 yesterday.
Game went over.
As
heard here on the BVB show.
Correct.
We talked about that and said that exact thing. There would be, we said the empty net issue. It became a real issue because they scored multiple empty nets to get over any in-game number, 6.5, everything, boom, over.
Do you think there's going to be how heavy are you on the Florida exactas?
Oh, I think I've been saying it for 2 months. I thought they were the best team 2 months ago. I don't know after tonight if Boston wins the war that series is going to be, Florida and Boston, concerns me for the winner.
Right. Who comes out of it? Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of times you get that we're worse for the wear type situation. But Florida's awesome.
Now they are. Yeah, right now they're playing tremendously well. You got the hat on. Can Philly stay alive tonight? Knicks laying 4. Must win situation. And wouldn't you know it? Embiid misses shoot around this morning with a migraine.
Guy's dealing with a lot of things right now.
Is he?
Right? He's got Bell's palsy. You became a doctor overnight? What are you talking about?
No, it's not. You can get Bell's palsy from Lyme disease. It's temporary. It's not permanent.
Yeah, but it has to affect you. He's got a headache this morning. What's he got to go to the shoot around for? I need him laying down and resting because he's got to play almost every minute of the entire game. And can he do that? No.
Laying down is what Philadelphia has done in this series.
Fourth quarter last game that he did. I don't know. Give the hoop guys and girls something to vote on right here. Give them the -4 Knicks. Sixers +4. This is money line Sixers or just bet the Knicks -4. I don't think it's a debate. What is this going to be, a close game?
No.
After the last game was so close, and
no.
Down to the wire. I would love
that building tonight's going to be on fire. You guys got problems.
You put Philly -4 or Knicks +4, which is the lines are wrong in the vote.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. What kind of book are you running here? This is why if we do the BVB book, you will not touch the numbers.
While I'm on the show, correct. I'm not going to do it while I'm on.
Please. I know. Knicks +4 is a steal. Thanks, Chef Benny. You're thrown out. I'm limiting you. You bet the mistakes. You're out of here. All you had to do was tell them, like I did. What's up? Matt has 20 tabs open. We're fielding calls right now.
I don't have 20 tabs open. No, I haven't had 20 tabs open for months. We stopped that a long time ago.
Stop with the tabs?
Oh, yeah. We stopped the tabs a long time ago. That was, long time ago. We stopped that.
I got a text from somebody that said, boy, you guys, your producer does a great job on the show. I said, thanks. It's Matt.
Yeah, thanks. It's me.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
They're like, wow, the graphics and everything look great. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, who books the guests? I said, me. They're like, you guys don't have a producer? I said, no, we'd love to have a producer daily. It would be awesome.
I don't know. To be honest with that question, I don't know.
Well, a producer has to get the show. I mean, he gets the show.
Yes, he does.
He's
But I don't,
trying to figure out other things. He's been great with the live shows.
It was awesome. Yes. Live show is 100%. We have to have a producer
Yeah.
live. There's no debating. I cannot do the show and do a live show. Absolutely no idea. But doing the show here, being the level of control freak that I am,
very high.
This is kind of how I've always wanted to do it because it flows because we know how it's supposed to go because we're the ones doing it. So we know when a topic is done and we just move on to Milwaukee. Indiana -4.5 to bounce the Bucks tonight. This is over. This is over.
I was just going to say, what's the next topic?
Because this is over.
I don't even know how to dedicate any time to this other than to say, we've seen the series.
Yeah,
we've seen the games. We haven't seen Giannis. I don't think we're going to see Dame. I don't know what that post-game exit meetings are going to be like there in Milwaukee, but
Doc Rivers,
he's got to stay. What are they going to do? Get rid of him quick? Maybe they'll wait for him to go 30-13 next year and then get rid of him. Will only be fair. Yeah, it's over. That one's over. Yeah. Wow, early votes. Man, a lot of people like the Knicks tonight -4. Pretty easy. 75% out to an early lead.
Is your phone going nuts right now about something going on here?
I try to not look.
Certain court cases coming to a close today. I just saw on social media.
Oh,
that the headlines are the days of being a bookmaker and being able to gamble in Vegas. Those days are over.
Oh. Oh. Well,
if that's the case, this town's going to change in a big way.
It's ironic that story that we got from Sports Handle today is talking about handle and different things like that may impact exactly that as well. we'll have that a little bit later in the show.
Yeah. So that was just a headline. I thought if your phone was going crazy, I saw that.
No, my phone is going crazy for different reasons.
Okay.
My wife is, despite my begging, asking, pleading, singing, asking her to come to Chicago with us, she just continues to shut me down. Will not come. So
I don't blame her. She just had big surgery. It's a lot. It's a big trip. 3 hours on a plane. I don't blame her. It's a big flight.
Why did I see Wrigley Field?
Oh, has she ever seen it?
No.
Oh, well then. But I mean,
We'll go back. Wrigley's not going anywhere.
Wrigley's not going anywhere, right? And we may be back in Chicago at some point. This probably isn't our only trip to Chicago that we'll do for BBB. So,
should we go to Indiana?
I would love to. I told you, Indianapolis. I would love to go to Indy. I dream about St. Elmo's. That's just
good.
I think that place is just tremendous. Midwest Steakhouses just do it right, and then you have the greatest cocktail sauce. I love horseradish. So if you love horseradish, is the single greatest horseradish experience you'll ever have.
Didn't see that one coming.
Oh, it's incredible. It's
single great. Like, you really hyped that up. I mean,
if anyone in the chat, tell Dave, am I wrong about saying that St. Elmo's is the most incredible horseradish experience of your life? Is
there really a horseradish experience?
There is at that place. Life-changing.
Life-changing Whitrock. Wow. All right.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you, St. Elmo's is
I love Whitrock's hat.
Ridiculous.
You look great, Kevin. Thank you.
But that is St. Elmo's in downtown Indy is unbelievable.
It is freaking amazing. Great horseradish. Look at this. We got all our Midwest people. Jimmy Jack, not sure I want a horseradish experience. I agree.
Yeah. St. Elmo's is fire. Yes.
Wow.
That's
our Syracuse guy. CBW even said it.
We can
put up our next poll. Do you like horseradish? Yes or no?
Oh gosh. If you vote no on this,
I think you'll be surprised, Mr. Food Snob. I think you'll get it closer to 50-50. You're either in or you're out with the horseradish.
Wow, that's surprising on that.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I've actually really come to like it later in life. I did not as a kid.
No, of course not. As a kid, yes, obviously. I didn't like green colored pasta as a kid. Yes.
Oh, I did.
I did not. My dad famously gave me a test of there were tricolored pasta, and I said I don't like the green ones, and he blindfolded me, made me eat all of it, and say which ones are which. I couldn't tell the difference.
Couldn't tell.
They're all the same.
I like that.
So
I'm going to do that with the kids here. That's a good. I like that.
Oh yeah, they ever tell you I don't like it because kids eat with their eyes. They don't eat with their mouths. They eat with their eyes. So they just feel like they don't. They look at it. If they look right, they won't eat it.
Kids eat with their eyes. What are you talking about?
You never eat with your eyes? You never look at something and go, I'm not putting that in my mouth because it looks weird? Even though it might taste great?
So many things just went through my head when you said that.
I'm just saying.
So many things. I'm just trying our best for Will, for all the people watching the show, to try to keep it until we get the bonus time a little bit. But you just said, I look at something and go, I'm not putting that in my mouth. It's disgusting.
It's the truth, it's the absolute truth. But there's something.
Yes,
that Chef Benny, you're right. Skittles and gummy bears are the same thing, different colors. So, all right, I don't want to keep him waiting because it is very busy. It is a very, very busy week for our next guest. You guys saw him with us at the Super Bowl. We had so much fun. He's willing to make time for us in an incredible week of horse racing conversations. He is the one and the only Randy Moss from NBC Sports, joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. Randy, good to see you again, my friend. Thank you for coming back. How are you?
Let me get in the sun here. This is where the sausage is made, right here in the NBC compound, right behind me and all over here. So we got a cast of hundreds here to make it happen. But I didn't bring my hat. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I should have known.
You should have known. That's part of the show, but you look amazing. You got to make sure you don't get sunburnt. That's going to be my first question. Good to see you, sir. What's the weather going to be like on Saturday? Because we've been talking to horse guys, and I know horse guys, it's very important to know whether the track's going to be muddy, whether horses can run, if there's going to be weather. Is there going to be weather as far as right now? Because it looks beautiful there right now.
Well, it's hard enough to handicap the horses. You got to handicap the weather too, and the weatherman right now. It seems to change every day, but right now they say that it's supposed to rain Friday night, maybe even Saturday morning. And here's the thing about that: Churchill Downs has always had a reputation over the years as being one of the fastest drying dirt strips in America. Right? That it could rain buckets in the morning and it could still be fast by Kentucky Derby Day. Well, in response to the controversial horse deaths last year, Churchill Downs has changed the composition of their dirt racing surface. It's completely different than it used to be, and it has a lot more clay than it did in the past. Clay retains moisture. So the fear now is that if it rains on Saturday morning, let's say, the track may not dry as quickly before the Kentucky Derby as it might have in the past. So you might have a better chance to have to deal with a muddy racetrack in 2024 than you did in, the previous 20 years before.
What does that do to the Oaks if it's going to be raining during the Oaks? How different of a track would it be, not just for the Derby on Saturday, but on Friday, if it is raining? How difficult is that handicap?
It'd be substantially different and very impactful on the outcome of the Kentucky Oaks, almost certainly if that's what happens. But here's the problem. Today, 2024, horses run less frequently than they used to back in the day. It's not uncommon at all to see horses in the Oaks, horses in the Derby that have run, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Whereas back in the old days, that meant that a horse had some, major problems if they only ran that few times. And consequently, a lot of these horses haven't seen a muddy racetrack or a sloppy racetrack. So you don't know. You don't know how they would handle it. You can look at pedigree, you can look at running style, but it's really just sort of a guess. So I think you're better off, unless a horse has proven that he or she doesn't like an off racetrack, then I think you're better off just sort of backing that out of your gambling and focusing, just pretend that it's a fast racetrack.
Well, can we pretend with the horse in Forever Young that a horse from over there can come over here and win, because they have not been able to do that? Can you talk about Forever Young in a little bit and its chances, in your opinion, of winning this big race on Saturday?
The underlying component to Forever Young in the Kentucky Derby is that not just in America, but around the world, wherever there's international races, whether it's Saudi Arabia or Dubai or Hong Kong or in Europe, you name it, horses from Japan have become dominant. They have gotten better and better and better over the years. They bought up Kentucky Derby winners and brought them to Japan. They brought up some of the best brood mares in America and brought them to Japan. And so consequently, these horses need to be taken very seriously. And it's just a matter of time now that the Japanese are beginning to target the Kentucky Derby until they're successful. Maybe this will be the horse. I mean, Forever Young is 5 for 5 lifetime. He's run as fast as all of the leading Kentucky Derby contenders except Fierceness. He's run at 5 different racetracks. He's been close to the lead. He's been off the pace. There's a lot to like about him. The big questions that we really don't know, how much would the travel impact this horse? 7,000 miles to get from Dubai to Germany, from Germany to Chicago, 42-hour quarantine in Chicago, 6.5-hour van ride from Chicago down to Louisville, 5,000 miles to get from Tokyo to Saudi Arabia, where he ran in the race before Dubai. That's 12,000 miles total in travel over just the last couple of months for this horse. And you don't know. That's an X factor. You don't know. The trainer actually came out and said after the UAE Derby that when the horse flew 5,000 miles from Tokyo to Saudi Arabia, quote, he didn't travel well. Uh-oh. Now, he didn't let that slip until later. So we don't know how he's doing. They're not really, they're not really coming with stuff like that right now. But he's very talented horse, very talented.
So this is the draw. In the 2 slot is Sierra Leone, which is everyone's favorite. We talked to people a while ago. We know people that have very big tickets on Sierra Leone. What do you make of the draw for the horse in the 2 slot? And do you still think that come post time that Sierra Leone will be the favorite?
I think Fierceness will be the favorite. Tons of respect for Sierra Leone. Remember this going forward. The post position draw is the most overrated part of Kentucky Derby week every year.
Wow.
We used to do a 1-hour show on ESPN and then later on NBC, the post position draw. Worst TV in the history of sports broadcasting. Boring. It's like watching paint dry. It didn't mean anything. And, I was always told by the producers, Randy, you can't start the draw telecast saying that the draw is the most overrated part of Kentucky Derby week. You can't say that. People will turn it off. So when you just showed that list of post positions, right? There were really only 2 horses in which the post position really makes any difference at all. Sierra Leone is just fine from post position number 2. He's going to drop back. Okay. If you're a horse that ran in mid pack, it might have an impact, but he's not. He's going to be in the last 3 or 4 early in the race, which is the way where he wants to be. The number 1 horse, the horse that drew the rail, Dornoch, that's going to impact the race because it makes it almost certain that we've already talked to the trainer. This is what they want to do. It makes it almost certain that the jockey is going to try his damnedest when the gates open to put Dornoch on the lead, which is going to ramp up the pace just a little bit. Okay. So you'll have Dornoch and Track Phantom. And if all goes well for the favorite Fierceness, he's sitting right there. And Fierceness is the only other horse in there that really that created any sort of drama at the post position draw. Because with his running style and the other speed in the race, if he was down on the inside, it would not have been advantageous. But he drew perfectly. He drew post 17, which is ideal. There's been a scratch now of Encino, so that'll move him into post 16. If he could pick a post position for Fierceness, you'd want him way out there.
So post position isn't important, but
no.
How important is
overrated?
Well, that's good, and that's why we love you, because you just tell the truth and just say it as it is. But I've been listening to guys in the books for years talk about post positions, and 17's never won, blah 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 blah. How is this race going to play out based on the lead-up races? We talked to somebody yesterday about, do you value one of the lead-up races more than others, like the way they ran at Santa Anita or the way they ran down in Keeneland or the New York races? Is there something that you personally or you've heard people go, that horse ran or those horses ran really good here, that translates to the Derby better?
No, it just all depends on the individual performances and not the venues, right? Santa Anita is typically one of the very best venues in terms of producing Kentucky Derby winners, Derby success. But this year, Bob Baffert horses can't run in the Kentucky Derby. He dominates out there. This year, the Santa Anita horses at the Kentucky Derby are, Stronghold, the winner, is probably going to be 25-30 to 1. He's not really going to have much of a chance. In many years, I would say probably the best dress rehearsal for the Kentucky Derby would take place in Arkansas at Oaklawn Park. And the reason is that it's usually a big field, right? There are a big crowd at Oaklawn. They'll have 60,000 people at the racetrack on Arkansas Derby Day. There will be fans in the infield, just like at the Kentucky Derby, not as many. But they get sort of a little, mini replica of what it's like on Kentucky Derby Day to run at Oaklawn Park. But that's only a small advantage. There's really not a big advantage there. It just depends on, the best prep this year was the Florida Derby. Fierceness, won by almost 14 lengths. He ran a gigantic speed figure. He won. It's the largest winning margin in the history of the race. He verified the way he'd been training in the morning, which had been just like amazing. So it just can change from year to year.
Randy, why does the Derby hold such a special place in American sports still after all these years, after all these races? the pageantry is still every year beautiful, and people are dreaming of one day being able to be at Churchill Downs.
Yeah, we're such a society now that revolves around the major event. I don't follow golf that much. I used to work for the Golf Channel a while back, but I don't follow golf that much until you get to the U.S. Open or the Masters. I don't have a favorite NBA team. I live in Minnesota. I don't even follow the Timberwolves that much until you get to the playoffs. Then I'm locked in. I don't follow Major League Baseball that much until they get to the playoffs in the World Series. I think a lot of people feel the same way about horse racing nowadays, right? Horse racing used to be one of the big three sports way back in the day. Baseball, boxing, horse racing. Everybody followed horse racing. It was the only place you could place a legal gamble.
Yep.
In America. Now you got casinos on every corner. You got sports betting. You got online betting, right? There's a lot more competition. So horse racing is in order in terms of people's favorite sports. But when it comes to Kentucky Derby Day, Derby parties everywhere, the tradition, people, gravitate toward that, dressing up. And it is just, the Derby is just as important as it was 50, 60 years ago in Americana, right? Within our sports culture. And it's just because it's the big race. Everybody wants to be part of the big race.
And if you ever hit a ticket in the big race, like I hit Rich Strike a couple years ago. Yeah, I hit the try, sir. I hit the all button in Vegas.
That's right.
Yes. So I'm not having any more kids, but if I have a dog, and then I'm going to name it Rich Strike. Is there a long shot or two that you are looking at? Because I'm going to ask you, it sounded like you like fierceness a lot, but are there a couple 25 to 30 to 1 shots that people watching the show should pay attention to, sir?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple. There's a horse called Honor Marie, who is training exceptionally well. He showed as a 2-year-old. He loves Churchill Downs. He ran his best races at Churchill Downs. He's coming off a really good second place finish in the Louisiana Derby that should have him, really ready for a peak performance. And I think he's got a great chance to at least finish, third, fourth in the Tri or the Supers. And who knows if fierceness lays an egg, and if Sierra Leone gets in trouble or whatever, then that horse could even have a chance to win. The other one would be a horse called Domestic Product, who is Sierra Leone's stablemate in the Chad Brown stable. He's the trainer. Big, beautiful black horse that worked with Sierra Leone. They worked side by side in the final major workout for both horses for the Derby. And Domestic Product held his own. He looked very good. I think he's going to improve. And he fits right into that thing you're talking about there, that sweet spot, 20 to 30 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Any live dogs? Anybody that's like a 10 to 15, like someone just a touch? Is there somewhere in that range a horse like that? Yeah,
that's the one. That's the one. Just a touch. He's, again, like I said before, one of the things that makes the Derby so unpredictable now compared to way back in the day is that horses run so much less often. Just a touch has only had 3 starts. Horses will, and human athletes too, but the more you see, the more you experience, the more you learn, the better you get. Handicapping a Kentucky Derby with a horse in it that's only times is like trying to, draft a college football player with only 3 games in college to go on.
Right.
There's the body of work, the evidence is just not there. And you don't know, for example, with Just a Touch, you don't know what the upper limit is of his ability, because he's just now kind of figuring it out and seeing it, and he's just now improving. He could wind up being a Triple Crown winner. I mean, you don't know, because he's got so few races to go on. But his last race, he was second behind Sierra Leone in the Bluegrass in Kentucky, about an hour from here in Lexington. Ran really well, and he's got a good tactical running style. He's got a great trainer in Brad Cox. He's a great pedigree. He's by Justify, the Triple Crown winner in 2018, who's become one of the top stallions in the world right now. So there's a lot to like about Just a Touch, including the price, because he'll be in the end to probably 10 to 12 to 1 ballpark.
All right, sir. Last one for me. you're going to be in front of 125,000 people there, all over TV and whatever. Have you got the suit all dialed up? I mean, I can't wait to see you on the coverage and all this other stuff. How long does it take you to get like all dolled up and everything? Because you look amazing now, but like it's Saturday, it's the Derby, right? You're going to be all, pimped up, a nice suit and everything.
To the extent I'm ever dolled up, Dave.
Come on. Of
No,
course.
I wait. This is like a funny gag between me and Jerry Bailey, because Jerry, the jockey that I work with on a regular basis, right, is my best friend. Maybe one of the greatest jockeys of all time. Jerry's like type A, hyper prepared. He's getting dressed real early and ready to roll. And I'm waiting until the last possible minute. I'm doing
That's me and
homework,
you.
I'm doing this and that.
That sounds
I'm
like
you.
So one of my first Kentucky Derbies, right? I for NBC, I got my clothes in the back of the trailer here. We got a trailer sitting right there,
Right
as you
there.
can see, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So I kind of miscalculated, and I waited a little too long to get dressed, and suddenly this big production meeting breaks out in the trailer, and I got to get dressed in the room at the end of the trailer.
Uh-oh.
And right after the production meeting, you got to be on the set. So I got to get dressed, and there is a guy. He's in a coat and tie. I said, I hope you don't mind. I got to change clothes back here. So kind of pushed the door to a little bit, and I stripped down to my underwear, and I changed clothes and all that, in front of this guy, and I get dressed, and so the meeting's over, and I'm ready, and the guy comes up to me and he says, "Randy Moss." I said, "Yes." "Ken Shanzer, president, NBC Sports."
Oh no! Hi, boss.
Yep.
How are
I
you?
dropped trowel in front of the president of NBC Sports on one of my first Kentucky Derbies.
That's phenomenal. All right, last
Yeah.
question. Everybody, we
So
talked
anyway,
about this.
yeah.
Are you
So
pro?
if I get dolled up, it's like the last minute.
All right,
Love it.
let you go on this. Pro or con mint julep? Is it a good drink or is it just a
Oh,
drink
God,
that's at the
no.
Derby?
You ever drank lighter fluid?
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
God.
god awful.
Man,
God awful. Give me a margarita, a good quality tequila margarita any day than that mint julep crap.
You are the
People
best.
feel like
Wow.
they have to try it because it's tradition, but typically 90% of them. Have you ever tried a mint julep? Yeah, one time. Never again. Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes.
Thank you.
Sorry,
Randy.
sorry, Kentuckians.
Have a phenomenal week. Have a great weekend. Have a
Thank
great
you.
call. Thank you for
Thank you.
doing this. We really appreciate it. I know how busy you are this week, but we really appreciate your time.
Hey guys.
Great
Hey,
to see you,
it
son.
was my pleasure to meet you guys in Las Vegas, and especially now. So take care.
Thank you, my friend.
We'll
Thank
be
you. That's
talking
Randy
again
Moss.
soon.
Absolutely.
Have a good day.
That's Randy Moss from NBC Sports joining us here on the Bostonian versus the Book. Great to get him on the program. How about that? Randy Moss hates mint juleps. Wow.
I mean, he's not wrong.
I
That-
mean,
that
it's
can
not
be.
lighter fluid. I can drink it. It's not that bad. I like whiskey though. I'm a whiskey guy.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
you know.
I'm gonna have to try it, I guess. But God, I love that guy. He's so honest. He's so fun. He had to get dressed in front of the president. The
That's
president
phenomenal.
That's
What a
a
story.
phenomenal story.
What a story.
Right?
That's
How many times you think he tells a story like that on a show? I mean, it's
Right.
just that's kind of what we do here. We just get stuff from people that, come on and tell. I love it. I love it. He gave us some good info though too. I got the 7, the 8, and the 15. Gonna put them in the exacta box, I think.
Right.
Some
Yeah.
chalk.
It's not
Gotta
bad.
beat the chalk. I mean, did you hear him talk about fierceness? Holy crap.
He's high. Yeah, he's everywhere I've seen him talk this week, last 48 hours. I've read a bunch of stuff. He's talked about fierceness. He's high. He said if everything goes right, fierceness wins.
Yeah, but see the detriment of the 17 hole, or now 16, because 9 is
Right.
scratched too. I did
Correct.
not
Yep.
know that prior
Yep.
to
Injury.
that
Yep.
interview. That's why people ask, why do you do the show? 1, because I love doing the show and talking to people. But 2, you learn something. We learned about Bloviate, and we learned that the 9 is scratched, so they're all going to move 1 number in
Up. Yep. Mhm.
the gate. Being out there usually results in you have to have such a wide start and then get to the rail. And he just said 17. Fierce is going to stay out there and run. He got a little bit of freedom. to run away from the traffic. If he's that good of a horse, he could get out there and go. That's for not being a horse guy. I think I'm going to not try to beat 17. Fierceness is going to be in the top 3, I think.
We'll see. We'll get to more picks and plays and thoughts on the Derby as the week goes on here. Derby week continues. Randy Moss was a crown jewel of it. We basically built the whole week around that interview, so I'm so happy he was able to do that.
That was great. Thank you.
Really cool stuff to have him.
Jeremy, everybody.
For Jeremy to set that up, that was really cool. So that was a fun interview for sure. All right, Bruins, Toronto tonight. Boston trying to end the Maple Leaf season once again, and Cam has to wear a Bruins jersey on Sports Grid. Doesn't happen.
Had him on yesterday with me and Radish. I think he's coming on again today with me and Wetzel.
Ooh.
He was so despondent yesterday.
I'm defeated. I'm hosting for you on Wednesday. He should just come on with the Bruins jersey on and just pay the debt off.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
That's probably not a bad deal. I want to see it on him though. I'll see it on the clips.
No, you have to wear it. You got to wear it. You got to go and buy it. It's going to go buy it because he wanted this high level. I was all about just a $25 cheapo thing. It's like, absolutely not. We're going authentic game jerseys, the good ones, the $200 plus ones. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
There's still 20 horses in the race, by the way. Thank you, chat. But
because one course was replaced. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Toronto was already setting fires.
No, it says I thought Encino was scratched.
Hold on.
He said the 9 was scratched. I don't know.
I'll tell you right now.
Either way. Yes, it's over.
Injury.
Is it over?
Encino is out. Epic Ride is in.
Epic Ride.
Yeah. Epic Ride in. Encino out.
Encino out. Epic Ride. Okay. Good.
The Bruins were
great.
underpriced.
If you guys are watching the show live, go back and listen to it later to get Randy's picks. Ed and Dubsy killed it yesterday. I went back and you cut clips. I cut a clip of it. I was just listening to the interviews. There was so much gold in a lot of that stuff that they both said, yeah, this is over. I mean, the series is over. Marchand was right. Bruins in 5.
He's skated by the bench. Bruins in 5. I mean, look, the Garden tonight's going to be rocking. I mean, it's going to be Bruins fans are going to that building tonight expecting to see a W. So, I mean, Swayman hasn't lost yet, 7-0. So, I mean,
I think this plays out. And again, this is the only way I know how to do it, just because I've been in a book so long. But you see certain things. This feels like the Florida game.
Okay, 6-1.
Florida, Tampa, just a really hard battle.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
Okay.
And then I've been at the Penguin games in the past when the team clinches and there's still 8 minutes left on the clock. You know, they're up 3 goals and you know that there's not going to be a meltdown and the other team just wants to go home and everybody's dumping a puck and there's not that. Like you can actually sit and celebrate. Tonight, the last 5 minutes of that Bruins game, if they're up 2, are they going to start chanting, "We want Florida," like everybody does when they went with Boston? No, they're not going to do that.
No, because Bruins fans are actual fans of teams, not praying and hoping and supporting.
Bloviating again.
Just saying, you know.
Why do teams do that? Like when they say we want Boston, like they're already doing it in New York.
It's dumb. It's like chanting overrated. It's just dumb. You're asking to get beat. It's like chanting overrated the team you just beat. Why are you doing that? Because it knocks yourself down. Like worry, celebrate the victory, and then move on. Got to win first, then move on.
Cam was like, that Marchand said, I want him on my team, but I can't have him on my team, so I hate him. He started to sweat. He started to get aggravated. He's just
don't blame him.
I don't know what has to happen. He's like, Dave, how does Vegas just get goalies just to show up? Whoever gets in goal just stops 50 shots like Logan Thompson.
It's coaching.
You know, this game tonight has to be won by the Leafs goalie. He has
by
to
Samsonov.
Shut up.
Okay.
Or 1 goal.
Enjoy with that.
The only way is
to
keep the Boston team total under.
Sure.
That's the only way to win in this game.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Carolina laying 260 They're knocking up
No on horseradish is leading.
barely.
58%. That's a big number.
I see. Well, it jumped up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that 50,
58% to
53 when I saw it?
right
Okay.
now. Carolina to knock out the New York Islanders in 5 games tonight?
Yes, it's happening.
Come on, bro.
It's easy. Yes, for sure.
I don't think it's easy. This is listen, the Islanders have, dare I say, this series should be tied 2-2. I don't think that's unreasonable at all.
Maybe.
They blew that game late. And like Kurtz came on yesterday. I mean, he's an Islander guy, so he's a little bit biased, but made a good case. I think it could be 2-2.
Could be. It's not, but it could be.
If the Islanders score first, they've already blown a lead, a 3-goal lead. Terrible. But they've already blown a lead. If they get a multiple goal lead tonight, they can win tonight. They can win. You don't look convinced at all. You're not convinced? It's done. So this series is done tonight. Boston's done tonight. Boston in 5, Carolina in 5. Just roll right to the next game.
Next series.
Is it over?
Colorado, Winnipeg is not, though. That's 2-2.
What are you talking about?
Oh, it's 3-1. Sorry, that's 3-1, right? Sorry, ends tonight. That's 3-1. Sorry. That series is 3-1, too. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's my got confused on that. Yes, that's 3-1.
I apologize. It did not proofread.
This is over, too.
Over the total?
No, series over.
Over the?
Colorado wins.
Over
today.
the total, too. Don't be
Probably.
afraid. Don't be scared. It's going over the total.
Yeah, and this is over, too.
Over?
This series is over, too. Yeah.
Not over till we say it's over.
Vancouver
is it
wins.
over?
I
When
think
the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor?
Look, somebody made this parlay today, and I don't think it's crazy. Bruins, Carolina, Colorado, Vancouver. 4-leg money line parlay.
Bruins, Carolina, Colorado, Vancouver. Chalk, 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 chalk. 4 chalks. Wow.
Yep. Oh, 3 of the 4 at home. Avs are ripping Winnipeg right now. Ripping them. That's 3 games and up and close.
Very true.
So, yes, I know books love those parlay players. I get it, but I'm just saying, if you want to do one, that's not a crazy one.
When did the Germans bomb Pearl Harbor? In the movie Animal House.
Did somebody really ask that question?
Yeah, our guy Wrench, Mikey Awesome, Ross Randall, the
Oh.
Japanese bomb Pearl Harbor. Yes, the movie. When he says,
Boy,
that,
guys, come on now.
Come
I know you're young, but come on. Come on. What are we doing? Pop culture reference.
hell no, it wasn't over. Let him go.
Pop culture reference. Come on.
Come on.
Pop
Google
culture.
it.
Just a little bit of pop culture.
Give the boys and girls something to vote on here. Is which team loses? The favorites.
No, just have them put it in. That's 2. It's 4 options.
Chalk parlay?
Just have them put it in there. Which one? Which of the 4 loses?
Which of the 4 loses? Yeah.
Don't
do
vote.
that.
Just
That's
put
fine.
it in the chat.
Nashville beats Vancouver. If I got to pick one.
Winnipeg
Nashville
beats
Vancouver.
Winnipeg beats Colorado. I bet the Canucks already. So no, I disagree with that.
Okay. That's why we do the show. It's called Bostonian versus the book. It says it right up there.
Bruins in regulation is a play if you want tonight.
Yeah.
Toronto's going to pull the goalie early. If it's 3-2, Toronto's pulling the goalie with like 5 minutes to go. They're going to go in pure desperation mode. All the totals tonight, I'd be very careful with in hockey. Very careful with.
Why?
Because I think there are. I could see the Jets and the Avs flying over, and I can see 4-2. I can see the Bruins game flying over, and I can see 3-1. I can see Carolina going way over, and I can see it staying under and go 2-1.
That was not going way over anything.
Okay, I'm just saying I could see it. If Islanders pull the goaltender, you get 3 goals, open net goals. Like I'm just saying, like just be careful with totals in those 4 games tonight. There's a lot of things in game that could happen that will blow any over or under bet. Sides are the better.
If I had to pick one game to go over, I think I like the 5.5 in Toronto, Boston to go
Fair.
over.
Yep. Fair.
Because if you think Boston's going to win, they're going to score at least 3 goals.
Yep.
But if you think Toronto has a shot, then no, you can caution. Like I said, the goalie has to win that one.
Team totals over 2.5 goals parlay. Interesting thought.
Boston, Carolina, Colorado. Those 3. I don't know. Nashville, Vancouver could be a 1-0 game.
Could be. Yep.
Right? That's the game
6-5.
I think
Could be 6-5.
Nashville, Vancouver's no chance 6-5. If I give you 5.5, bet it or book it, I say
over.
Under. You like over?
Mm-hmm. It's an elimination game.
Yeah. It's going to be, I mean, Vancouver's the ultimate counterpuncher. They're sitting back. They get 12 shots on goal in a game in 1. I mean, you're going to sit back and wait and wait and wait.
4-2, 4-1, 2-1, 4-3. I mean,
the 4-3 game is completely like a mirage.
Okay, but 4-2 is over 5.5.
With an empty netter supposed to finish 4-1. They hit the
game
post,
1.
They don't score.
Game 1 was a 4-2 win for Vancouver.
Yeah.
Game went over. Yeah, Akbar, Chalk City tonight. I don't blame you.
Akbar, my guy. Says Chalk City
all
tonight.
games over 5.5. Yes, very possible. Yes.
Good job, Ross Randall.
Possible. Not guaranteeing it, but definitely possible. All right, this is my favorite story of the day. It's not my favorite thing about today. My favorite story of the day.
Here we go.
Dave & Buster's will begin to allow customers to bet on arcade games.
I don't even know what to say.
Customers can soon wager a friendly $5 on a Hot Shots basketball game, a bet on a skee ball competition, or on other arcade games. This is real money now. 18 years of age. That's all you got to be. Is 18, not 21, by the way, which is the legal age of gambling in Pennsylvania. But Dave & Buster's in Pennsylvania is going to say, if you're 18, you can walk over and tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, $5, I'll beat you in skee ball.
Who's
in
booking
real money.
Why would we do this?
Because it's on your card. It's on your card. You just put it down. You just bet it. It's the real money that's on your card. It's not actual dollar bills. There's no book. There's no juice. Just a straight 5.
So why wouldn't I just use a $5, a cash?
It's funny. Somebody said the same thing to me. Somebody said the exact same thing when I asked them this morning. They said, isn't part of the fun when you're golfing is that you make somebody dig into their wallet?
It's yeah. You hand the money over. Let's go. I'll meet you at Dave & Buster's in an hour. We'll go shoot, and if you win, I'll give you 5. I don't understand.
Which game would you go to? Which game would you go to bet? What would be your go-to at Dave & Buster's?
It's a good question. I don't know. I used to be a really good skee ball guy.
It's going to be through the app, actually. Sorry. It's going to be through the app, not the card, but through the app.
I don't understand it.
Dave & Buster's will be using technology by gamification software company Lucra.
Mm-hmm.
Dave & Buster's said there will be a limit placed on the size of bets it will allow, but that they're not publicly disclosing the threshold just yet. Lucra said across its history, the average bet size has been $10.
Just like a sports book.
You're right.
I mean,
Lucra says its skill-based games are not subject to the same licenses and regulations gambling operators face with games of chance. Lucra is careful not to use the term bet or wager to describe its games. We use, quote, real money contests or challenges. Lucra's contests are only available to players 18 and older, and the contests are available in 44 states. This is such a bad idea.
I can't wait for the kids to tell me that when the next time they go to Dave & Buster's, hey, can we do this betting thing? No, just bet each other. What are you doing? Like, I don't understand.
Bet randoms. The idea is to bet people that you're not friends with.
Because that's gonna end well.
Oh, I'm gonna say to end well. I'm just saying
that's a good idea.
This is the best idea ever. This is the best idea ever. You can walk over to somebody playing air hockey and you can go $10. I beat you.
And then slap a card down on the thing.
Not even it would be in the app. You'd go to the app, you'd find each other's profiles. It reads in the app, and then you make the bet. So your app has to be loaded with real money. This is the greatest. What's the word? It allows them to mine your data so well. This is a data mining operation. This is not a gambling operation. Find out when you go to Dave & Buster's, how long you're there, what do you play, what do you bet? And then guess what's going to happen? You're going to get all sorts of DraftKings, FanDuel. Someone's going to go ahead and make you an offer the second you turn 21. You're going to get that all. You're going to get all of that offerings right into your phone.
Yeah. I don't know. Like you used to walk into a pool hall.
Yeah. Put a stack of quarters down. Say, I got next.
And play. And then you would, ultimately there were times where you might have gambled for money.
I am really good at a couple of games at Dave & Buster's. The clown game where you throw balls and hit the clowns down. I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
Super accurate. Go ding, 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 and knock them all down in row. So I did that last week, and I got 75 tickets out of it in one game.
Look at you.
I'm good at that. I'm really good at pop a shot, depending on where the rim is. If the rim moves or not, I'm really good with the ones that move.
Right.
The different distances one. I'm really good at that. I'm good at the football toss game.
I love that one.
I'm good at that one. And air hockey, I'm pretty good at too.
Yeah, I'm all right at air hockey. I like that.
Like I would one day we should 100% do like a BVB Olympics at Dave & Buster's.
Oh my.
Just do different, do have a whole scoreboard. Get people to come in and play. Post your scores.
Wow. I love that stuff. I mean, I used to go.
Oh my, Vinny, if you can build a bubble hockey table, I may pay you to build a bubble hockey table. Literally, it's a dream of mine to have a bubble hockey, but I want a custom BVB bubble hockey table in my house.
Oh my, that would be great. Put the BVB logo at center ice or something.
Yeah. And then have you seen the new ones? Have you seen the new ones, like the ones at Parkway Tavern?
I have not yet. No.
They have actual jumbotrons that work.
Really?
They have video on them. They have replays. They've got live scoring. They've got goal graphics. I was like,
oh, you froze. Look at that freeze face. Mikey, awesome. Get him with the hand. That's perfect.
Yes. So you have the USSR, the USA versus US. That's unbelievable. That bubble hockey is what I grew up playing for years. 100%.
I mean, I grew up with the rod hockey. Before all that, there was no bubble. The puck would fly off.
Oh no, that stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's no fun.
And then if you really learned how to really turn it hard and kind of flip it a little bit, you could zing your brother in the face with the puck and stuff. Brother Dan and Brother Doug and I would have battles with that rod hockey stuff. And it was always Bruins and Canadians.
Before we get to bonus time, let's put this topic here on. Nevada has now gone 26 consecutive months without a $1 billion handle in a month. Significant to you or no?
I mean, it's not like fluctuates a little bit, excuse me, here and there. But the impact of, sports gambling being elsewhere, it's a slow burn. Randy just said it. We're a society about big events. Big events are always going to be here. And I mean, literally, we just had the Super Bowl here. The Chiefs won. So it hurt. Lowered the handle, lowered the hold.
Hurt the book.
Right. I mean.
And also UConn repeating hurt the book.
Yeah, that didn't help March. But the handle going down, it's like this used to be the place to go for March Madness. There's other places now to go. I mean, we're taking our show to Chicago. And we're going to, the plan is ultimately to bring Vegas to wherever we go because Vegas still has something. But, Nevada in general had a monopoly for a long time. Don't you think this is the result of you can do this elsewhere, and now you don't have the experience, but you have even more sometimes on your app wherever you go?
See, yeah, I think there's two ways of looking at that. I think the first is the idea, like back when people were afraid to put football on TV. They're like, oh, you put the game on TV, no one's going to go to the game. Well, you put the game on TV, even more people want to go to the game. So, like, I know people who have gambling in their backyard, but still come to Vegas because it's Vegas. Like people who live in Omaha, people live in Des Moines, people who live with casinos in a very easy way because it's not the same level. We have it, but there's something about going to Vegas, something about going to a fight or going to an event, going to a conference, like whatever it might be. They're coming to the city, even though they can do, like you can play roulette in your backyard, but I want to go play a Vegas roulette table. Like I want to go play a Vegas blackjack table, or I want to go play poker in Vegas. So I think there's still, even though it's more widely available anywhere else, I still think there's something about Las Vegas that people want to come to the city to go do. But from a sports betting perspective, you got to do it in person to go get an app. It's not always the most simple. We don't have the bonuses the way that they do back in their states. So they come here and they're kind of like, wait, I got to go down to the book. I got to fill out paperwork. I got to go. I don't get, like, I'm going to give you $500. What do I get? $500. What do you mean? I don't get 1,000? No, there's no deposit match BS here. We don't do any of that stuff. So I think that also contributes to it. The players are used to different things at home they don't have here. There's no, there's no committee that gives you your bet back if the player gets hurt.
No, definitely not. You're here, so the remote sign up argument is I don't buy
For
that
me, you mean?
nearly as much. No,
I mean the business.
When people
you're
come
physically here. Yeah,
you're here. So you sign up at the book. You can't sit in your room. You have to physically come downstairs and go to the book and sign up. It takes 5 to 10 minutes depending on where you're at. It's very easy.
Is Austin Matthews out tonight, by the way?
I just saw that in the chat. He's expected to be out. Thank
Again?
you very much, AOWN.
White flag it. Goodbye. Sorry, Cam.
Bye.
Bye-bye. White flag it.
Listen, we're seeing it in general. We follow a couple big, Vegas accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is doing a lot of things right. Vegas is doing a few things wrong.
Yep.
It's very expensive to come. That if you don't come, handle drops. You have to be here. So it's not surprising. I don't know. I was down there on Sunday with my sister. The Bellagio was packed on a Sunday. Now, they were at the Luxor previous to that. It was a ghost town. There was nobody there. I think you get these fluctuations like that, but the big events, March, that $1 billion handle was reported, not $1 billion. Again, because March Madness, a little bit of a decline. You could only pick one if you're coming for Super Bowl or March Madness.
Right.
Unless you got a big budget.
Right.
So I think a lot of people chose the Super Bowl.
Fair. Okay, for you guys who are with us on SiriusXM or on Sports Grid, just a reminder that Dave and I are going to be live, thanks to Circa Sports, at the Over Under Bar in Chicago on Thursday, May the 16th. That's a pregame for the Cubs. That's a local time, Central Chicago time, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. for Thursday, May the 16th, for a live show for BVB, taking the show to you in Chicago. We're coming to the Midwest. We wanted to come to the Midwest. We're super excited. Circa Sports is making it happen for BVB on the road, Over Under Bar. Make your reservations. Make your trip out. We hope to see all of you for Thursday, and potentially there could be a second event coming on Friday, the next day on the 17th. But right now, the officially booked trip to Chicago is good. BVB, Over Under, Circa Sports, Thursday, May the 16th, live in Chicago. We hope to see all of you out there. Thanks to Circus Sports making that happen. Bet Caddy as well as Over Under for being our partners to take us on the road to Chicago, Illinois in 17 days. We're going to be there. So got a lot of planning to do. We got a lot of things to put together. Looking forward to seeing each and every one of you guys out there in Chicago for BVB Circus Sports Bet Caddy at the Over Under Bar on Thursday, May the 16th. If you guys are with us live on Twitter and or on YouTube, don't move. We start bonus time right now. Okay. Couple of quick baseball ones. Colorado at Miami, 2 absolutely garbage baseball teams. When 2 bad teams play, bet the over.
Would you go to this game if we were Miami?
You're going to the fucking Pirates and the A's. So yes, you would go to this game. Yes,
I would. Would you go?
No. No. I would not. You would. I would not.
How many people are going to be at this game today?
Ooh. 2,000
more people at this game or more people at Pittsburgh, Oakland tonight?
This game. It's Miami. It's a dome. It's a brand new stadium.
Colorado, Miami, there's going to be more people?
100%. It's Oakland. Coliseum's an absolute garbage dump. Really, I mean, that's at least Miami's got a brand new ballpark. It's nice.
I think there's going to be more people at the Oakland game.
No way. On a Wednesday, getaway day game, Pirates, A's, no way.
No, tonight, Tuesday.
Oh, tonight?
This game tonight versus the Pittsburgh Oakland game tonight.
Yeah, no, Miami. I'm still taking this game. Sorry. Not going this game.
I don't want to bet this game. You want to bet this game?
No, just bet over. 2 bad teams. The White Sox are now 6-23.
Damn it.
Soroka against Wood Richardson. They're laying 170 on this.
Yeah.
Run line it for the Twins.
They won by 1 yesterday. I wouldn't run line it. No. I mean,
is that true?
Twins, just bet the money line.
Marlins
starting at $10 behind a home dugout, row 2.
Wow.
See, I would go to that.
$10 behind home plate? Sure. Yes, Twins are hot.
Best.
Yes, take the Twins. I'm with you on that.
JPC.
Good question. Who has more fans? Oakland or Vegas tonight? Vegas, without a doubt.
Oh, Vegas tonight.
It's gorgeous here tonight. It's gorgeous.
Nice outside.
It's 81 degrees and perfect here in Vegas today. Chamber of Commerce, whether if you're a baseball fan, you want to be at the ballpark tonight. 8,000 people will be there tonight. That'll be gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then finally, Dodgers D-backs. Who is knack for the Dodgers? Minus 115 or pick them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a pick 'em.
With Montgomery going.
I think Diamondbacks live myself. I mean, Montgomery. Dodgers. I don't know. A good lefty can get the Dodgers. Montgomery, they're live. Again, over?
Ooh.
9.5?
Maybe.
I think over.
Dodgers are a beer league softball team at the moment. They can't pitch, but they can score.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Twins always beat the Sox, Nate S. said.
That is true. Time for Better to Book. All right, we're going with Indiana -4 tonight against Milwaukee to end their series. Similar bet to the last 2 nights, which both have cashed. T-Wolves, OKC, Indiana.
I said bet all 3 yesterday. How'd you do yesterday on this? Bet it or book it? We
won
2 of them, right?
Nope, 1-1-1. Pushed on hockey.
Pushed.
1-0. We should have won the baseball bet. It was a 1-0 loss. It was a garbage play at the plate. There was a whole controversy. Milwaukee should have won that game. That was crap.
Sound like a gambler who had Milwaukee.
Still crap. Watch the game. 1-0 loss. Brewers should have won the game.
It's a good game by Tampa.
Played the plate. Some controversy at the end.
Pacers
better.
I don't want nothing to do with Milwaukee.
Okay. Phillies laying 135 at the Angels.
They lost yesterday.
They did. Bounce back spot for Philadelphia.
Phillies lost yesterday, sir.
Yep. That's why I like them today.
Let's see.
Better pitcher for them too.
There is I guess Phillies. And I'm not crazy about it, but I would bet it rather than book it.
Okay. And I like Vancouver. You like Nashville.
Book it.
I like the Canucks tonight.
I think Nashville's live. I got one for you.
All right.
Atlanta, Seattle went under yesterday. That was one of my ones I really liked.
Okay.
It was a no-hitter into the 8th, and then they lost it. And I actually pulled a U yesterday with Ranieri and Kurtz. There was a no-hitter. Severino had a no-hitter for the Yankees. And I said, Joe said, so the Yankees have one of those things going that we can't really talk about. I'm like, you mean a no-hitter? And he goes, did you just say it out loud? And Kurtz was like, what are you doing? I'm like, Peralt does that? The next batter.
Got a hit. There you go.
It was hilarious. It was so funny.
Great.
That game under again. Did you see the total in that game?
7.5.
7 under 20. Two books went to 6.5.
6.5. I mean, look, the Mariners can really pitch. They can't really score, but they can really pitch.
Unbelievable. I got it right here. They have a 1.43 ERA in their last 12 games. They were before yesterday, 9-3 in those games. So that game under. And then Pirates at Oakland, Keller on the hill. Yesterday, every guy that came on said the Pirates. And they lost. Pirates are small chalk favorites again today. Pirates bet it or book it. At Oakland with Wood.
Yeah, Keller, book it. Bet it.
Pirates are winning today.
Yeah,
we're playing for the series tomorrow, and I'll be there. I can't wait.
Oh, God. Who's going to lose their game today and ruin the most April wins bet?
So we have
Bunch
to address
teams.
that. The Phillies lost yesterday.
Yep.
The Braves lost yesterday.
Yep.
And the Guardians were off. So they're all tied. The Guardians play at Houston. Carrasco, a dog, big dog against Houston. Phillies, I think Phillies win. The Braves pick'em game against Luis Castillo. I hope JC from KC gets that one home. 8-1. He's got the Phillies.
Well, if I'm right, let's
JC,
get that.
If the Guardians lose, you should bet the Braves today. Because if they win, you can make that one unit up.
Right.
You won't lose.
Super chats to be answered. Okay, Addison, we'll address this.
Oh.
Okay. He tried to do this yesterday. He put one up yesterday. We didn't get to it, but get to it today. The number of dead horses, 62. A Triple Crown retracts in 2013. You hold all the cards, no more bets, no more races, no more deaths. Look, I am all for the humane treatment of animals. I am all for the safety of horses and to make sure these horses are treated properly. These horses want to run. It's been pretty well documented that these horses are super competitive, that thoroughbred horses love to race. It's not like we force them to do this. They love to race. We ride them, and yes, we make them go faster, but this is a sport that I have a hard time like going, where are we drawing the line? Because a lot of animals die to play baseball. So are we not going to play baseball because we have leather gloves and leather balls? Like, this is a tough topic. I mean, I want humane treatment of animals, but like to stop horse racing everywhere and make it illegal, like what you're talking about? No, I'm not in support of that.
Isn't the genie out of the bottle?
Yeah.
Like, just manage it better. Like,
make it
Churchill
safer.
Changed the track.
Right.
Randy just explained they know there's a problem. They're trying to fix it. I don't think you can just stop horse racing. If everybody stopped going to the track, people stop going to the track.
Yeah, I mean, mixed martial arts is one of the most violent and bloody things that we do. And people have tried to outlaw it. We've made it safer. We've created different guardrails to keep the athletes safe. But we're not going to ban MMA. We're not going to ban boxing. We make it safer. But people like watching it. People like betting on it. People like going to the events. Like, horse races can be deadly. Yes, it's awful when a horse is euthanized, and it's awful when it happens. But like, there's so many things in the world that like, where do we stop with this slippery slope of like, we're going to ban it? Well, why? Like, it's not apples to apples, obviously, but like Jerry Seinfeld this morning had a long rant about people who are way too politically correct when it comes to comedy and why people are now going to, they're back going to stand-up shows again because all the comedy on TV is boring because you can't offend anybody anymore. You can't make a joke anymore. You can't. So like we've overcorrected so many things in society that like we're going into an area where you're trying to get rid of horse racing. People want horse racing. Like you can't get rid of comedy. People like comedy. They'll just find other ways to get to it. So like we won't have Churchill Downs. We'll have 15 other like, horse tracks around the country or the world. And that's where people will go to watch it. Like people like going to the races. They like watching horses. Horses like to run, make it safer. So that's, I know Addison's very passionate about that. I understand your anger.
I mean, the people are. I mean, the people that are passionate about it are, but there's people passionate about horse racing too.
Yeah.
Got to be some middle ground that I think, is it better now than it was in the past? Maybe. And are they going to work to make it better? Probably. We'll see.
That's the hope. And then Chef Benny has a parlay. Pacers, Knicks, Twins, plus 260. Like the Pacers, like the
money
Knicks.
lines. I mean, you got to worry about the baseball.
Yeah,
I think that's the only one you could get beat with the baseball. I would be very surprised if the Pacers or the Knicks lose the game outright.
I'm on the Pacers. I'm on the Knicks.
Yeah.
You want to fade the White Sox? Go ahead. I don't mind it at all. Fade the White Sox. So I don't mind that play at all either. Favorite thing about today is what?
Road show, baby. We're going on the road. I mean, there's been a lot of talking and a lot of calls and a lot of meetings and a lot of things. And like, will you guys really go? And well, yeah, we'll go. And will people show? I think so. I think people will come. It's like, when he said in Field of Dreams, people will come, Ray. They will most definitely come. We hope so. It's Thursday in May, and it's at a decent time, and we're going to hang out after. And I mean, again, we're going to end up meeting a bunch of people that want to come to Vegas and sign up for the football contest through Circa, through Westgate. The Circa contest is gigantic, and it's people coming from all over. This is kicking that off. I mean, we're going to go there and say, look, when you come back to Vegas, it's easier to email us now than ever. It's easier to get either one of us on Twitter or on the show account. You can email us, askthebvb@gmail.com. I mean, there's Discord to get you right to us, all these other things. This is another way of just getting out there and meeting people. I can't wait. I literally was like a little kid. I called you last night because I saw the text late, and I was like, wait, we're going? This is happening? And I've been on the phone all morning trying to make arrangements. I ain't never been to Wrigley Field. I'm pumped about that possibility. Listen, man, if you'd have told me 4 years ago, I'm sitting in that risk room, grinding, going nuts, booking games, handling $1 billion, that in 3.5 years, you're going to have a COVID happen and the world's going to shut down, and then you're going to have a stroke, and then you're going to wake up and everything's going to be okay. And you're going to talk about sports on radio, on TV every day, and about gambling. And then you're going to go with a very dear friend who's an absolute dog, and you're going to go to Chicago and do a show, and people are going to come. I'd have taken all the no bets you could have taken. I mean, I'd have been like, it ain't gonna happen. Are you nuts? Who are you talking to right now? So it's a special day, man. And
cool.
It's gonna be a fun 16 days to get there.
Dave came in with a late super chat.
Oh,
my best part of the day. Wife agreed to watch Skeens pitch. Also, they ran horses more. They wouldn't get hurt. Too many hard races early, no ramp up. Also, the point system ruined the Derby. So.
Fair. There's a lot of truth to that. I mean, the guy's got three races, 4 races, stick him in front of 125,000 people for the Derby. That's different.
Yeah.
But listen, there's a lot of things going on with the race. 7 to 8 and 15. Put them in the exotics.
78 and the 15.
78 and 15.
I got 2 things for my favorite things about today. The first is an email from Tyler.
Huh.
This came from the bvbshow.com email portal that you guys can go to. Send us an email. It said, Matt and Dave, greetings from the great state of Michigan. Unfortunately, due to the time of the show and my work schedule, I'm rarely able to catch you guys live, but I listen to the pod every day. I'm currently sitting in the hospital waiting for my mother to come out of surgery as she battles breast cancer for a third time. A double mastectomy followed by 18 weeks of chemotherapy was not what I had planned for 2024, but we play the hand we are dealt. The past few weeks have been tough knowing what lies ahead for my mom after having already gone through this, but BVB has become a welcome distraction every day. From bolt-ons to jacking up and down to an uncomfortable lay, this show has kept a smile on my face, and I cannot thank you boys enough. Some people may not get the show, and that's fine, because those of us who do appreciate you boys and look forward to the ish time every day. I had a moment with my mom before they took her back this morning, and something struck me. Always forward, never straight. It's a mantra that we are going to live by for the next few months, and one that I've adopted into my everyday life. I don't show up in the chat or in the Discord very often, if at all, but I've been listening for over a year now. I love the show. Look forward to listening tonight after we get out of here. Thank you, boys, from the bottom of my heart. Have a great show today. From Tyler.
Can we put that in the deck? Can we put that in the deck when we get asked, what do you guys do the show for? What are you doing the show for? We're doing as much for us as we are for other people, right? We talk about that every day. Every single day, somebody's going through something.
Yep.
And Tyler's listening to us in between cancer treatments for his mom.
And then
strong.
It's unbelievable. And then sort of on a different note, on a lighter note, I won't play all of this, but this is fun. When your kid gets in front of the camera, my daughter is running for student council, and we shot this yesterday.
Hi, my name is Maddie Peralt, and I'm running for PR. This is why you should vote for me. If you vote for me, I will give you the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why. The first W is who. Who's going to be impacted? The second W is what. What happened? The third W is where. Where is it happening? The fourth W is when. When is it happening? The fifth and final W is why. Why is it happening? Now that I've given you the 5 W's, who, what, where, when, and why, now I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for Doral Red Rock Elementary.
So just a quick little snippet of it, of what she did. So,
oh my God.
She's running for student council. So it was funny because I was shooting that with her, and her mom was there, and she kept on saying, "This is what Daddy and I do. Go away." It was pretty cool. To see Madeline come into her own and take a bunch of takes, but it's fun that we get to do this. It's a fun little thing that we're doing. So she wants to be on PR. She's running for public relations in the 4th grade, and soon to be 5th grade of our elementary school. So that was a lot of fun to do that last night. I was up till like 1 o'clock in the morning doing that last night, doing that minute and a half video for her it's due tomorrow morning, but we did it before. But yeah, I agree, Nikki. The moments like that. Maddie is my twin, John. Yeah, she really does look like me. It is. We have very similar features and facial expressions. She looks like my mom a lot more than anything. So
she really does look like your mom,
right? She really does look like my mother. It's really like, whoa, you're a spitting image of my mom.
When I met your mom, I thought that same thing. I'm like, wow,
that's Madeline.
That's that kid over there. Yeah,
right. That's Maddie. So, favorite thing about today. Guys, make the note down. Thursday, May the 16th. Once again, we'll put up and have a lot of conversations. No show tomorrow, okay? Just no show tomorrow.
No show.
Dave is out to Oakland, but we will be at Over Under, thanks to Circus Sports. Thursday, May 16th, 3 to 5 p.m. Central Time, Over Under Bar in Chicago for the first ever show, non-Super Bowl show, out of Las Vegas to Chicago at the Over Under Bar coming up on May the 16th. Good stuff. Have a safe trip, Dave. We'll see you on Thursday for another full thing for BVB. I don't know. Stay close. We could do something tomorrow. I don't know. Who knows? Dave may be sitting if you're in the dugout tomorrow, we may need to do something just because, You'll be in the dugout. So we may need to do something with that. So
I'll keep you posted.
Back on Thursday, off tomorrow. Dave, Matt, see you for Thursdays. BVB.
Buccos are winning tomorrow, too.